Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Wednesday, the 8th of March. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you're all very, very well. All right, start of a new week, start of the week before Cheltenham. So next week is the big one. So we'll aim to go carefully this week. Wednesday's horses look on the quiet side, and then I went and looked at them and I found a few things I like. So on paper it looks like the quietest day of the week. Also got to navigate the fact that all four meetings on Wednesday at the time of me making this video the night before have got 8 o'clock inspections. So I factored that in some regard in my staking plan, the way I've done it. So I've done a full stake, £20 for tomorrow, and it's 4 bets. There's a win Trixie, a double, combination double, and a lucky 31. So yeah, you wouldn't know it was a quiet day on paper because actually a lot of what I've got are races where there's not extra places. So and yeah, some days you just look and you just think, oh, it's going to be a quiet one, and then I start picking things out. So who knows? So I'll go through that in a minute. We'll go through the review of Sunday. We'll go through comment review. So I didn't put anything in the comments Monday. I did on Tuesday. We'll have a quick rundown of the stats, which don't make for pretty reading, as everybody knows. So yeah, that's where we're at. Other big news is I'm recording this on my new computer, so I'm hoping I've done an all right job, and the computer gives me a decent enough image. I mean, it's not got a lot to work with, but yeah, it gives me a decent image, and the sound and things are working. So fingers crossed this is good. But yeah, the last computer, I thought they'd repaired it and they sent it back to me. It turned out no, that was an automated message. My computer went up to the computer in the Sky Club or whatever. So yeah, new computer. All right, so Sunday. What happened on Sunday? We had 10 on and we got 313 back, as I've got it. We had this. First leg went in, won nicely, and then the second leg, I thought we were going to get there, and then the last fence it didn't have enough momentum and ended up getting second. So yeah, 50% does not give us a return. Didn't single them up. And then the main part of the race bet, we had no place, no. So 2 places does not make profit. 3 places at those prices would have done. So yeah, I think it was it Power Hour off memory. I think it just faded at the end and cost us basically. So we ended the week down £17.70. So another losing week. Overall, I've got the stats at -141. Now, as we've talked about a lot, there have been a couple of days this year in the comments where you'd have been absolutely grand, but that isn't recorded on here. So, yeah, so the stats have got it as -141, which is 7 days stake. So, in the context of 2 and a bit months, 7 day stake is what we're behind. So we are needing something ideally to give us a bit of a positive momentum into Cheltenham. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to massively I already do feel the pressure for Cheltenham, because if Cheltenham goes bad on top of how it's gone bad, then yeah, apart from the fact people who have lost money following the tips, I'll feel bad in there. But if I lose, you lose. That's how it works, guys. So yes, I'm putting on other bets and at different stakes to what you're seeing. The majority of the horses I back on a day-to-day basis are what you see me put out on a video. So generally speaking, it's rare for me to have a good day off the channel and the channel to have a bad day. So yeah, if I'm losing, then the channel's losing. I'm usually losing. The days I quite like are when the channel kind of comes out from a percentage point of view in better profit than I do personally. Those are my happy days because yeah, I feel like I've got the right ones out on the channel. So yeah, so we're not in a great shape statistically speaking. If all you've done is follow the vids, outside of that, if you follow the comments of freebets.com, you're probably not too bad off, I shouldn't imagine. Okay, so moving into Wednesday's selections. What have I got? Well, I've started off here with a Fontwell Trixie. So all meetings have got potential abandonments. At the time you're making this video, everything is on with an 8 o'clock in the morning inspection. So I've tried to separate out bits so that if there are certain meetings getting abandoned and not others, it's not too impactful, but we'll see. So all at Fontwell. So if Fontwell gets called off, this bet is gone. So that's simple as that. If you're betting it on tonight, 365 or Coral. If you're getting to get bog the night before. For anyone else, if you're in the morning, then any other bog bookie that you can use for multiples. So bear in mind, not William Hill, because they're not a bog on multiples, nor are Betfair. But Paddy would let you do that, and Ladbrokes bet Fred at the right time. It gets all a bit complicated. So Fontwell 140, Fabrique on France 5-2, 210 much too dear 4-1. Hopefully this channel is not too dear for everybody at the moment. And then 410 Donny Azoff 7-4, 75p win Trixie. So £3 is your bet. Doubles and trebles, no singles, so we only get money back if we make a profit. If we get 2 winners, if we get 3, we'll be delighted. That is bet 1. Then bet 2, I've got 2 horses on the jumps, one at Catterick, one at Fontwell. So I've just done them as a double and singles, with the view that if they both run, great, and if one meeting gets abandoned, then the double will convert to a single. So in essence, if one doesn't run and the other one does, it's as if we've got £1 each way single, which I'm all right with in the context of the channel. So 220 Catterick, Sawpit Samanthas, the only horse I've taken at Catterick for Wednesday. Then the 310 Fontwell, Runswick Bay 16. Both these races, standard terms, no extra places with any bookmaker. They are standard term races, but I like both those prices for those horses. So it's 2 times 50p each way singles and a 50p each way double. So it's £3 you bet. And it's said if one goes down, you'll get £1 refund, and it will basically convert to £1 each way single on one of those. Again, 365 or Coral if you're betting this the night before. If it's on the day, then any bog bookie will do you. All right, then we're going to get to the main part of the day, which is a bit complicated because of I've basically just tried to minimise a little bit the risk factor if the meetings get abandoned. So this is all the weather. So I've got in here, in this lucky 31, 2 Lingfield, 3 Kempton. So if I wasn't worried about abandonments, I would have just made this a bit simpler and done it as a 15p each way lucky 31. So if you want to do it like that when in the morning, it's up to you. The way I've done it here is to try and lower the risk. But the worst case scenario for anything on the channel tomorrow is if either one of Lingfield or Kempton get abandoned and the other one happens, because we'll have a lot more stake going on to part of this bet than I would normally choose to have for channel stake. So we've got 230 Lingfield, further measure, which it was 33s about an hour before the video, and then it's come in. So I'm hoping it doesn't continue to come in, and most people can get at least 22s. That was my value horse of the day at 33s. 22s is still good, but not as good as 33s, obviously. 3 o'clock at Lingfield, Henry V at 14-1. Then the 305 Kempton, Change of Fortune 25s, 435 Hiatus 28s, the 505 Military Decoration 16s. So the bet is 10p each way lucky 31. So that's the bit of the bet that carries the risk. There's that £6.20, that carries the risk. If we lose Kempton, we've got basically about £4.80 going on to the kind of the Lingfield as singles and doubles, which is a bit more than you'd really want, but it's okay. If we lose Lingfield, then yeah, we've got a bit going on to Kempton. So we've got a 40p each way double, the 2 Lingfield, further measure and Henry V, 40p each way double. Then a 50p each way double on further measure, which is just slightly now my value preference at 22s. And then a 25p each way singles on the other 4. So yeah, this is kind of what I've broken it out, the sum of the lucky 31, rather than do 15p, so that we're not risking so much on this fact that if one meeting happens and the other one doesn't. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. It's £10 in total that should add up to. Sky are preferable because they are 4 on the bottom 2 and the top 1. There aren't any bookmakers other than Sky going 4 here. I think these are three standard terms everywhere. It's this top one that basically Coral are 4 and Betfair are 4. Coral, you'd get bog on all of it, and it's 4. Betfair, you'd get the 4th, but you wouldn't get the bog. So in order, Sky are best, Coral second best, Betfair next best. Most bookies are 4 on that last one. That's £10 you bet. And then the last bit for tomorrow is Kempton combination double. So we've got the The 303, Change of Fortune that's in the Lucky and Crystal Cask added in there, 12s. 505 Military Decoration in the Lucky added in Smart Champion. 4 times 50p each way doubles. This one, if you're betting it tonight, 365 and Coral because you get Bog, and then tomorrow anyone else where you'll get Bog, so Paddy or Ladbrokes are preferable, because this is no extra places anywhere and this is for most bookmakers. So the place terms are pretty much the same across the board. So Bog is better. So Sky haven't made it in the top 4 for this one. It's not like it's a terrible place to put the bet on, but when you're getting other bookmakers with same place terms and Bog, they are preferable. So 4 times 50p each way doubles, and that is £4 you bet for that last leg. All right. Any questions, as usual, please shove it in the comments, whether that's about how I've done the bets or whether it's about the selections I've made. More than happy to give you more detail than I've got time to on a shorter video. I remembered comments and didn't cover comments. So Tuesday, I put up, unusually for me, a combination double bet as my kind of bet for the day. First leg went quite well. Miss Elsa was backed into 16s in the end, ran a nice race and was second. And then Hell of a Space, I think it was, a Neck was 5th. And yeah, that would have really been a nice setup. It was 40-1, I think it drifted to. Sky originally were 5 on that race. And I think they did a sneaky because in the end, it became a really, really good betting race, better than it even was in the morning, because the favourite went off 10-11 and then you were pretty much, I think it was 8-1 second favourite onwards. So it made it a really good betting race. And I think they decided they wanted to change their terms, because in the morning, there were 5 places, I'm sure there were, up until 12 runners on that race. And it ended up being 13 runners. There was 1 non-runner, but I think they changed their place terms to cover themselves because they didn't like it, because it became a bad each way race. Anywho, that was what leg 1. Leg 2 of the bet didn't matter because it was rubbish. Recall Woman didn't get a great start, but basically didn't get anywhere near, and nor did Antagonise after running nicely from the front. So we were nowhere near in the second leg, so it didn't matter anyway. But yeah. So to be fair, that would have been even more annoying if the first 2 had both got placed and then we rolled on to nothing. So that was that. Update on Cheltenham video. So I said I was going to get the last Cheltenham video out Tuesday night. It's going to be Wednesday. So yeah, I'm going to be a night later than I said on that one. Just haven't had the time to put it together, and I don't want to rush it. So yeah, I'm really cool. I know for some people they're like, surely ante-post market's done and dusted. From a handicaps point of view, week before is I'm good with. So there's still value knocking about, because there'll be tons of value on the week. But I'm trying to sort of see if I can squirrel anything else out before we get there to kind of look where the value might be from a kind of across the board at the handicaps. So Cheltenham video, I'm going to aim to get that out Wednesday. Anything else I need to tell you? I think that's about it. Yeah, I'm just really, really, really would like a nice week. We've had 1 winning week this year on the channel, which in the context of how it was last year, it just feels rough as, because our winning weeks were pretty much 50-50 with the bad weeks, whereas this year we've been stacked on bad ones. And the last 3 weeks, percentage-wise, strike rate, we've been all right. We've just not had them in the right combinations. And yeah, just really frustrating. It goes like that. I mean, I'd rather it be like that than I was way off the mark. So I'm in the right ballpark with stuff. But just, yeah, need a day for it to click on the channel. And Wednesday, it's tricky because of the abandonments and the way I've had to do the bet. So, but equally, I've got 7 nice horses there that I like at double figure prices. So yeah, let's just hope we get a run for our money, because yeah, it's always a bit of a shame when you think you've got some nice ones and then it all goes a little bit to buggery when the weather turns it off. Later in the week, we're going to have to navigate that as well in terms of there's snow forecast, there's frost, and so we'll work with what we've got until we build up to Cheltenham. And then the current Cheltenham plan, I'll update on that. The current Cheltenham plan. So for next week, the schedule will be, I'll do Saturday and Sunday videos like normal in the morning, and then for each day of Cheltenham, so Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, so those 4 nights, that will be my regular video on my regular channel. Will be an evening vid that will go out, and it will be double staked each day. solely focus on Cheltenham. If there's anything outside of Cheltenham, I would do it by exception. So I'm going to solely focus £40 each day on Cheltenham. But a bit like I did last year, I'm going to factor down the risk and do a lot more singles. So last year, if those of you have been around long enough, I did. I called it a separate series, and I basically made it complicated for myself and made 2 videos. And there was a regular video and there was a £50 a day video, so it made up to £200. So what I'm doing for Cheltenham this year is I'm just going to do double stake, £40 each day, with a lean on singles. But in addition to that, there will be the regular £10 video that I would do on freebets.com. That will come out in the morning. So if you want to do everything, it will be £40 recommended on the night before and £10 extra in the morning. And the £10 on freebets.com, same format as I usually do on a Saturday. So that will be horse of the day, lucky 15 of the day, 6-fold accumulator. So those of you who liked the 6-fold accumulator last year at Cheltenham, those will be on the freebets.com video with a £1 extra bet. On the regular video, I'm thinking it's probably going to be, of that 40 quid, something like stacked 15 on accumulators, 25 singles. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do. But yeah, I'm lowering the risk factor down for Cheltenham. So what that means is there's less chance of winning big, albeit last year we did nearly. We did all right, but we did nearly. And last year, on that much lower risk staking plan, to come out for the week as we did, just over 60% in profit, was brilliant. Because yeah, you've got less chance of winning big, but you've also got a lower chance of losing bad. So to make a 60% profit across 4 days was ace. I would be delighted if I got that again. And there's no guarantees, is there, in this game? So I know there'll be a bunch of people coming back for Cheltenham, and because it went last year, they'll hope that it goes again well this year. I can't make any guarantees other than I would try my absolute best to give you my best on the week, and everything I'm putting out is the stuff I'm backing. So yeah, that's what it is, and people take it. You know, people do these things at their absolute own risk. It is my money. It's my biggest turnover betting week of the year, way bigger than Ascot in terms of myself, in terms of what I'm going to aim to churn over. Certainly in terms of I've been waiting to set up new accounts to see what some of the offers are. So I will get a bunch more new betting accounts to do that. It's the best time of year to look at what betting accounts. And if I see anything particularly good, last year Betfair was the best. If you didn't have a Betfair account, Cheltenham week was some cracking offers with Betfair. So it's well worth looking at. And if anyone else sees anything like that, feel free to share it in the comments if you've got any particularly good offers that you're seeing. So yeah, that is Cheltenham, and I'll kind of keep reminding as we go through so people know. So technically next week there'll be one extra video to the usual schedule because it'll be Monday night for Tuesday's Cheltenham. That's when it will be. And then my plan as well, just I'll say that out loud as well. The week I'm planning the week after Cheltenham kind of normal, and then it's the week after that where I think there's a real lull in racing, where the all-weather goes off for a week and there's not so much going on. So I'm likely then the 2 weeks after Cheltenham, so not the week after but the week after that's when I'll probably take some time away properly from the channel. If there's I may well do like short format videos or whatever, but I might go away, have a little time away properly anyway. So yeah, that will be sort of towards the end of March, but 100% need to be back on it for Lincoln weekend and into April. So yeah, it's that last weekend of March, because the Saturday after the Cheltenham I think is Midlands Grand National Day, which is normally all right, worth a go. And then I think this year there's a funny one where there's not so much on the jumps. So it's the one between Midlands Grand National and the Lincoln. The only thing that looks decent, I think, for that Saturday, I think, is the Curragh, because I think it's when the Irish Lincoln is. I think that's when it is. So yeah, and we did all right on that meeting last year, as I recall. I think we had a couple of zingers at the end of it. So anywho, I'm stopping rambling. That's my video. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll try and get the Cheltenham video done as well for tomorrow. So I hope we have a successful Wednesday and the weather treats us well. Either way, I will be back Wednesday night for Thursday selections. Thank you very much. Bye bye.